Okay, so let's start in our child's pose position. And again, if you have blocks and you want to use them, you can have those out front. And remember, our hips are often tight first thing in the morning. You might have to do a couple ankle circles as well, just to warm up those ankles before you sit back. And then as you sit back into your hips, do some movement through your rib cage, letting it kind of shift from side to side, and then crawl your fingertips forward and allow your forehead to soften toward the floor. Take a nice long full breath, inhale. And exhale. Then inhale, try to walk your fingertips further forward and send your hips back a little deeper. Now reminders that if your hips or knees don't like that position, feel free to just come up onto your forearms and do your work with a little lift out of your hips. And we'll take one more breath. And then we'll crawl our fingertips forward, spread them nice and wide, and then we'll shift our shoulders forward. Bring your knees in directly under your hips, tuck your toes, press away from the floor and send the weight of your hips into your heels, feeling the arches of your feet here. Again, we allow our foreheads to reach toward the floor, fingertips to reach forward. We'll take a nice deep breath. Then with your next breath, we'll bring our hands, slide them back into table. Tap out the tops of your feet. So here we have a nice full spine. It's nice and long, tailbone reaching back, top of your head forward. Turn your biceps forward. And just tone into that belly space, feeling the draw in of your belly button toward your lower back space. And then tuck your toes again here. Lift your knees up and reach your ribs through toward your thighs. So you're kind of sitting back into a little crouched position. And then you're going to peel your hips up and feel your heels soften toward the floor in our first down hug. We're reaching those heels down, lifting tall through the tailbone. Then bend your right knee. Let that left heel sink deeper toward the floor. At the same time, we're going to peek underneath our right arm. And then you'll switch your heels and knees and peek to your left. Now that right heel is reaching down, you're looking to the left. We'll do that one more time. Lift your right heel, sink your left, look under your right arm. And then switch your heels and look to your left. Then we'll sink both heels, take a deep breath, inhale. Come forward, bring your knees to the floor. Drop the tops of your feet and press round into a nice cat spine. Tucking your tailbone, tucking your chin, rounding that space between your shoulder blades up. Then drop your rib cage down, look forward with your collarbones, lift your tailbone, cow spine. Then press around a cat spine up. Release a cow spine down. One more time like that. Push around. Your palms are pushing forward. And then drop, your palms are pulling back. Here, we'll find that long spine again. We'll walk our hands a little bit further forward. We'll shift our shoulders forward. Tuck your toes and come out to your full plank. So our heels are reaching back. The top of the head is reaching forward. And then we'll press off strong fingertips, lift your hips, look back at your toes. So a longer space for this down dog. Then we'll bend that left knee, reach that right heel down and peek to the left. Getting a little more length through the back of the legs. Then we'll bend that left knee, peek to the right. And then let both heels sink down. Come forward to your plank again, toning through that belly space. Then bring your knees out wide, sit back into your hips. Release your forehead. Take a long breath. Great place here to stretch your wrists, pressing back the hands together. Then you can rest your forehead on the hands, or you can bring the hands up front. We'll take one more inhale, and then walk your hands forward and crawl your fingertips over to the left side of your mat. Drop your nose to your left knee. And then take those right fingertips and try to crawl, reach them out into that left corner. At the same time, your right hip bone is reaching back and to the right. And then we'll move those fingertips all the way over to the right, nose toward right knee, fingertips reaching over, and then your left hand is going to try to crawl further than your right, and your left sits bone is going to try to reach down into your left heel. Should feel a nice side body stretch there. We'll take one more inhale there. Then we'll walk our hands into the middle of the mat. This time, as we shift our shoulders forward, we'll tuck our toes, look back at our toes, and walk your hands up to the back of your mat. At the back of your mat, you'll spread your toes, your feet are hip distance apart, and then we'll fold our arms to the top of the head for forward fold. Head hanging heavy, knees are soft. Then move your hands to your shins and find flat back. Back of the legs lengthen, your spine lengthens, the top of your head reaches forward. And then we'll bend into our knees. Bring your hands to your thighs. We still have a long spine here. I want you to engage the soles of your feet. So it feels like your soles of your feet are pulling in. You'll drop your hips, lift your heart forward. Roll your shoulders back and then reach your palms up front. Chair pose. Breathe, inhale. As you push away from the ground, sweep your fingertips to the sky, inhale. Exhale as you release. Wrap your right elbow underneath your left. Then lift your elbows up and away, lifting them out in front of your chin space. Start to move into that upper back shoulder area. Then release your arms, sweep up tall again. Let your left elbow move underneath your right. And again, we'll lift those elbows up and away. Get a little bit of a back bend as you lift those elbows in front of your chin and take a breath. Then we release the arms, inhale, fill it up. Bring your hands to your heart. Release your shoulders away from your ears. Pressing palms together, bring your weight to your right foot. Bend your left knee so you just have your big toe on the floor. Make sure your hips and shoulders are square here. We'll take that left knee, lift it up. Try to form a shelf here. Flex your ankle, try to spread your toes out. Deep breath, inhale. Then extend that left foot forward and step the heel down. Then plant your toe. Then check again to make sure your hips are square to the front. Take a deep breath. Bring your left fingertips into the crease of your left hip. And then hinge forward with a long spine. So our focus here is lifting that left hip up and back, lengthening through the back of the knee. Then reaching the right fingertips further forward, the long spine. Then we'll slide that left hand down to whatever degree down that left leg works for you without bending the knee. Take a long breath, inhale. Starting to move into that hamstring space. Then we'll bend that left knee, reach your fingertips to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart again. As you bring your weight to your left foot, lift your right heel. Square those hips. Drag that right big toe forward. Then bring the knee up when you're ready. Again, trying to form that shelf, spreading your toes wide. We breathe, inhale. And exhale. Then we'll extend that right heel out, step it down to the mat, land it there. Again, we're stacking hips and shoulders. We'll reach our fingertips to the sky. Bring your right hand into that hip crease. Bring your torso forward with your left arm. Try to square off those shoulders. Then first focus on lifting that right hip up and back. Then reaching your left fingertips further forward. Then slide that right hand down to support that pose. This is pyramid. We breathe, inhale. Lift out of that right hip, find that full length. One more inhale. Then bend that right knee, sweep your fingertips to the sky. Hands move to heart, left foot steps forward. And we release into a fold. Head and chest go down. Breathe, inhale. Then bring your hands to your shins, find that long spine. Then bend your knees again, bring your fingertips to the floor. Feel free to have your hands on blocks here. Step your toes back into plank. Long through your spine. Press, lift your hips, down dog, look back at your toes. Wrap those triceps back so you can get your chest to reach through. Then come forward to your plank. Tap your knees to the floor, tone into your belly space. Let your elbows squeeze the rib cage as you lower it down. Slide your forearms forward, shoulders back, lift out of the top of your head, pressing down through the tops of your feet. Now, if you want a little more extension through the front of the body, just float those elbows up. Take a long breath, inhale, and exhale. Then we lower the rib cage down. We're going to move our hands out wide, what we call lizard hands. We're on our fingertips here, our knuckles are soft. Hands are just below the chest level. Then we do a nice press off the floor and lift your rib cage. Then pull your left shoulder back and reach the front of your right shoulder across. You're looking to your left. Should feel a nice stretch to the front of that right shoulder. Then we'll take that right shoulder, pull it back. Bring your left shoulder across, look to your right. And just breathe into that front left shoulder. Then we'll bring that left shoulder back. We'll move the rib cage down, slide the hands to the sides of the body. Draw your belly button away from the floor. So the front of your hip bones lift, and then we press up. We shift our knees wide, slide back into our child pose. Reaching your fingertips forward, we find a full breath in. And exhale. Then with those wide fingertips to the front, we shift our shoulders forward. Tuck your toes, come back to your plank. Long through your spine, tone through your belly. Here we're going to take our right toe and lift it to the back. As you press away from the ground, your right heel is going to reach to the sky and your left heel is going to reach toward the floor. Nice. This is three-legged dog. Then you'll look forward. You'll take your right foot and step to the front of your mat. Then crawl those right toes forward. And you can bring your left knee down and then move your right foot forward if that's better for you. Then we'll all bring that left knee down, drop the top of the foot. Bring your hands to your right thigh. Reach your shoulders back to try to get a nice rounded back of the body. Then take both hands, reach them up. They stretch back. Your gaze moves up. The front of your left hip is reaching forward. Then inhale, reach to the sky. Turn your palms and press them up toward the ceiling. Then use your right hand to pull your left side over to the right. Should feel a nice side body stretch there. Hold on your inhale. Bring it back to your center. Bring your fingertips down to the inside of your right foot. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee. Then walk your hands over to center and we'll find these nice pyramid legs, right? So our toes are pushing away. Fingertips are on the floor or on blocks or on your shins, wherever it works for you. Try to lengthen both legs. Then from whichever hand position you're using, we'll let the chest drop, we'll let the head hang heavy. Still lifting out of your tailbone. Maybe you walk your hands back through your legs. Deep breath, inhale, and exhale. Then we'll bring our hands back in underneath the shoulders, lengthen your spine again. Now walk your hands back over to the right side. Push off your right toes, shift your hips back, step that right foot to the back. And feel free to do that with knee down first and then sweeping away. Then we go back to our plank. We take our left toe lifted up. We flex, push it toward the sky, reaching your right heel down, reaching your chest through. Then as we look forward, it's the left foot that steps to the front. Right? Maybe you bring your right knee down and then move your left toes forward. Just transition into that space any way that's best for you. Then the front of the right hip reaches forward. The hands move to that left thigh. We press off that thigh, making that crescent shape through the back of the body again. Then we'll take our fingertips, sweep to the sky, reach back. Turn your palms, lift to the sky. Then use your left hand to pull your right side over. Little side bend there. Nice stretch down that right side. One more inhale. Bring your torso back to center. Bring both hands down to the inside of your left foot. Tuck your right toes. Lift the knee. And then we walk our hands back into that wide straddle. Lifting through your hips, lengthening through your spine. And then moving your hands to wherever it works for you. We'll drop the chest, let the head hang heavy. Lift out of your tailbone, try to stretch through the back of those legs. One more inhale. Then move your hands back underneath your shoulders, lift your heart. Walk back to your left. Here you can bring that right knee down, or you can just kick that left leg back from there and remove the left leg. Here, we'll sit back into our heels. So tuck your toes, sit back into your heels. Then move your hands to the sides of your knees. We're moving to the back of our mats again. Lift your hips, let your head hang heavy. We find our fold in the back of our mats. Take a deep breath, inhale. Then bring your hands to your shins, find that long spine, nice flat back. Then soften the knees, tone the belly, hands to thighs, lift your heart forward, shoulders away, open palms out front. Engaging through those inner thighs, we breathe. Then we push away, fill it up, inhale. Exhale, release, left elbow under right. Then lift those elbows up and away. Maybe you can get closer to crossing at your wrist this time. Thumbs are still pointed toward forehead as we lift away from the heart. Create a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, release, sweep up top. Right elbow comes under left. Again, we lift those eagle arms up and away. We're toning into that belly space. Reach your elbows away from your chest and then upward. Then we release, we fill it up. We bring our hands to our hearts. Bring your weight to your left foot. Lift your right heel. Square your hips and shoulders, tone your belly. Then that right knee comes out front. Spread your toes, flex your ankle. Then extend that right heel out. Place your right heel on the floor. Square your hips again. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Bring your right hand into that hip crease. Take your left arm, reach for it. Right hip lifts, pulls back. We find that full length. Then we bend that right knee. Reach your fingertips to the sky. Lift your left heel. Now take both arms, sweep them behind. So your palms are facing forward. Hinge forward again. That right knee still has that softness. Your fingertips are reaching into back corners. And then we'll just float that left toe up for an airplane. We breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Sweep your arms over the top of your head. Push off your right foot, lift up tall. Bring your left knee forward as your hands come to your heart. Tone into that belly space. A press of the palms is going to help with that core space. Then we extend that left heel out. Here we step that left heel down, plant the toes, square hips and shoulders. Sweep your fingertips to the sky. Left hand into hip crease. Left hip is lifting up and back. Right arm comes forward. Reach those right fingertips forward. Slide your left hand down. Breathe. Inhale. Exhale. Bend that left knee. Here we take those palms, we sweep them back, top of the head forward. Then we float that right toe to the back. Toning into that belly space, fingertips to the back corners, right heel reaching to back wall. One more breath, inhale. Sweep your hands over the top of your head, lift your torso up, and stand your right foot down. Hands to heart, we release, and we fold. Let's take a moment here just to ragdoll. Let your head hang heavy, arms are heavy, all your joints are loose. Full breath, inhale. Exhale. Then bring fingertips to the floor and move your toes to the back of your mat. We meet in our plank pose, and remember, anytime we're pausing in plank, if it feels better for you to have your knees down, feel free to go there. Then we lift the hips into our down dog. Feel your palms pushing forward, your tailbone lifting high, chest reaching through. Inhale, come out to your plank. Choosing knees or toes here, elbows squeeze the rib cage, hips soften, shoulders pull away. If your spine feels ready for an up dog, you can go with those extended arms, or keep your elbows out front, your forearms out front for your Sphinx pose, or make sure those shoulders are drawn away from your ears. Then inhale, we'll lower it down. We'll move those lizard fingers out to the sides. We'll roll the shoulders back, lift the heart. Then draw your right shoulder up and back, reach your front of your left shoulder across. Then take that left shoulder, lift it up and back, reach the front of your right shoulder across. Then that right shoulder pulls back. We lower the rib cage down, move the hands to the sides of the body. Tone your belly away from the floor. Choose to come up from your knees or toes. We press away from the ground. We soften the knees, we sit back, release child's pose. Take a long breath, inhale. Exhale, side away. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Hands to the front of your mouth. Shoulders shift forward, toes tuck under, press through, down dog. Look back at your toes. Take your left heel and reach it to the sky. Look forward, step your left foot to the front of your mat. Lower your right knee down. Drop the toes, sweep the fingertips to the sky. Turn your palms, lift up. Use your left hand to draw your right side over as you peek to your right. Inhale back to center. Fingertips to the right side. Tuck your right toe, lift your right knee. Walk your hands out to straddle legs, lifting your hips, lengthening your spine. Then drop your chest. Maybe reach your arms over to your ankles or reach them through. Let your head hang heavy. Move your hands under shoulders. Lift your ribcage. Walk your hands back to the left. Shift your weight forward. Step that left foot back. Find your plank. Exhale, right heel lifts to the sky. Look back to your left. Look forward. Sweep that right leg to the front. Lower your left knee down. Crawl your right toes forward. Sweep your fingertips to the sky. Turn your palms, lift up. Right hand draws left side over as we look to our left. Inhale, center. Fingertips down to the left side. Left toe tucks, we lift the knee. Then we push away as we come out into our straddle legs. Again, hands to shins, floor, wherever it works for you. Then we lower the chest, we let the head hang heavy, the tailbone lifts high. Should feel like your pinky toes are pushing away from your body. Then the hands move back underneath the chest. We walk our hands to the right, rotating the body there. Then you shift your weight forward, step your right foot back, and down dog. Nice. Take a deep breath. Side away. Lift your heels, bring your knees to the floor, toes together, chest toward the mat. Then see if you can't sweep your arms either alongside your body or folded under your forehead. Take a long breath, inhale. Side away, exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. With your next breath, you'll gently round your spine up. Bring your hips and legs around to the front. As you move toward the front of your mat, bring your hands behind your knees. Soften your chin to your chest, let your shoulders drop back. And then just keep walking your feet in till your shoulders come to the floor. Let the back of your head rest, reach around to your knees, and draw some nice circles through your lower back. And then circle the other way. Then hug your knees in close to your chest, releasing your tailbone space. Then lower the bottoms of your feet together with your heels toward your tailbone. Knees drop out wide, shoulder blades flat and wide. Take your hands, open palms over the top of your head to mimic the same shape as your legs. Now, if this bothers your shoulders, feel free to bring your hands to your belly instead. Take a deep breath. Side away. Then bring your knees in. Step your pinky toes to the outer edge of your mat. Then take both knees and drop them over to the left. So feel like the inside of your right knee is trying to touch the arch of your left foot. Then take both knees, wide windshield wiper knees, over to your right. The inside of your left knee is trying to reach the arch of your right foot. Just feel that nice stretch to that outer hip. Then we bring both knees back to center. Your chin is off your chest, the back of your neck is relaxed. As you bring your knees in, give them a quick squeeze. And then we'll extend our toes to the sky. Flex your ankles and push your heels. Now, if you have a block and you want to have your hips a little elevated here, you can. We'll bring our hands behind the hamstrings. See if you can draw those straight legs a little closer to your ribcage. Now flex your ankles, push your heels away again. Maybe you slide your hands up closer to your calves. Just try not to pull directly behind your knees. And then try to pull those toes a little further forward. Take a long breath, inhale. And exhale. Then soften your knees. Slide your hands behind the back of your knees. Draw your chin toward your chest. Kick your heels and gently round your spine up. And find a seat that feels comfortable. Let your shoulders relax. Close your eyes. Feel your shoulder blades release into your back pockets. Open your palms to your knees and touch fingertips to thumb. As you inhale, try to lift the sides of your waist. As you exhale, try to melt your shoulder blades down. Inhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale, chin lifts forward. Exhale, fingertips reach the sky. The next inhale, the hands move to your heart center. And it's with a gentle bow forward that we say, Namaste. Thank you. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Very fallish.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
See everybody soon.
Bye, bye, Carrie.
Bye.
Bye, Margaret. Thanks, Rebecca. That goes so fast.
Is perfect. If it was longer, I couldn't be back in time to work.
Right.
So it's actually just like perfect.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Like,
that's
I
what
love
Paul says.
this 30 minutes, and I like coming in person.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not good in front of a screen. I spend all my work like, well, not all, because now I'm at school too. Oh, yeah.
Well, good, good. Good way to start.
It's such a good way to
I
start.
didn't sleep well, so that feels really good to
Yeah.
get going.
Do you want to see my 2 pictures?
Yes. Any
Do
glasses?
you do, curiosity question, do you do a lot of other, personally, upper extremity work other than yoga? Or is all your upper extremity?
and
Yeah.
of course, that's good
Yeah.
for everybody. But, well, I have a cardio fit class here at 8 o'clock today that we use just small weights, but I naturally genetically have
Good upper extremity.
Yeah. mesomorph.
There's their 50, so there's their root.
Oh, yeah.
Great root.
Oh, that's a great thing.
But I bought a new
I
helmet.
was gonna say, that's not the same one I saw the other day.
Like I literally just, when I saw the rain, I was like, I like my new one for traffic. It's got like the wings, but it's got no visor, and I didn't have a visor to fit it. So I went down to Bruce at Ernie's cycle, and I was like, let me just see what you have. And I was like, this is great, because I could wear my glasses and the shield is a magnet just on top.
Oh, I
I
like it.
really did like it. I love the rest of it. I thought that was the coolest. They had that
Oh, yeah.
way to do the bikes.
Yeah, that's what the Tri is too. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
so
so-
who is that?
Yeah, this was my surprise that my daughter
Oh, you
and,
didn't know they were coming?
no, I was just kind of solo doing that. There's the newbie and there's the,
And how old is this one?
2.
Oh my gosh, look at the back there.
Okay, and here's my last and my favorite picture.
Oh.
Isn't that hilarious?
Matching glasses and everything.
And I gave it shot messages. We were doing cheers. I'm like, oh my God. It was like,
What's his name?
Xavier. Yeah. Anyways, it was good. I was fine trained for it. It was just what I needed for my.
Hey,
mental health.
I was thinking about people with new babies
Yeah,
because my peach tree is like overloaded.
yeah.
And so like the girl that was on there that has the 2 little ones. So I don't know if your daughter makes baby food. I mean, not that you can't
Yeah.
eat plain peaches, but a lot of them just aren't pretty
Right.
peaches
They're
because,
good.
I eat them anyway, but if she's interested in a bucket of peaches,
Wow.
or if you're interested, then please let me know.